Hello everyone, Stefan here, back from another video. Today we're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving in Canada. That's right, on Monday comes the famous Thanksgiving Day, or Jour de Grâce in Canada, which celebrates the previous harvest from the years before. So I've been asked by you guys to make a pie, if I could, but I don't know the Canadian pie, but I know a lot of French pies we could make. And I dig that a little pie that's exactly the same, that kind of fully enclosed pie filled with a nice vegetable mix of creamy, slow-cooked leek with bacon and cream. Very simple to make, but really delicious. So the whole family can join in. It's very easy to make. We're going to do this step by step and celebrate that big Thanksgiving Day in Canada. Let's do this! Look at these lovely ingredients we have here. And you know what? I really like to make pies because it's a real kind of family recipe, because everybody can join in. So for instance, I've got the shortcrust pastry made by hand. So you can work with the kids on making the dough, and it's a fun exercise. And then after that, you can make yourself just the filling. Here I'm going to use leeks, shallots, cream and bacon to make a nice tasty dish. And we're also going to season it with some nutmeg and some cayenne pepper. And when this is done, we're going to lay out our dough, put it in that pie dish and construct our pie. And it's going to be steaming in the oven, and we're going to take it out and bang, wow, it's going to be, hopefully, it's going to be looking good. Now, of course, all the ingredients will be listed in the video description as always. So if you want to make the recipe, you can just check it out there. And I've also added the full recipe on the website. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is to prepare the pie filling. So I'm using a cast iron pan. This is a 9.5 inch in diameter. It's a Le Creuset pan. People used to ask me what I am using, and now good news guys, I've got my own page now on Amazon, and I've put the link in the video description if you want to get the stuff I'm using and all other recommended cookware and bakeware. It's a new thing, just check it out. So anyway, to start, a little bit of butter, and you're gonna take your shallots and you're gonna thinly slice them. So this is the kind of result. So I'm gonna put some shallots first, and again we're gonna make them sweat. About 2 minutes later, the shallots are ready. They're nice and translucent. And we're going to put all of our leeks. Now remember, this is happening on very, very low heat. I put half of it first. When the first half has been nicely incorporated with the butter, I'm going to put the rest. And just as a reminder, this is the size of leeks you want to get, thinly sliced. So now that my shallots, butter and leeks are mixed together, I'm going to turn my heat on very low, and I'm going to add a little bit of water because I'm going to slow cook these leeks for 30 minutes on a very low temperature with a lid on. Alright, done. 30 minutes have passed. Let's have a look. Whoa, nicely steaming. And this is the result. Your leeks have cooked, but they're not overcooked, and this is what you need, because leeks are very good when they're just cooked properly. Okay, so without wasting time from here, after 30 minutes you're gonna add your flour, and remember that all the ingredients are listed on the video description and the website, and you're gonna mix in your flour. Voila, that's done. You then add your cream and your milk, which is an equal amount, and you stir well. Once your milk and cream are inside, a bit of salt, a hint of nutmeg, just a few pinches, it depends on your taste, huh? Remember, that's the flavor. And a little bit of cayenne pepper. This is very hot if you have kids, guys. Maybe you want to skip that cayenne pepper. I put it because it is part of the recipe. When that is done, you mix everything. Okay. And we're gonna cover it and let that mix cook for a further 10 minutes. While your leeks are simmering in the cream and milk, you're gonna flash fry your bacon. So I've cut it in little pieces like that, and I'm just gonna fry down a little bit in the pan. When they're nicely colored like that, they're done. Turn the heat off and reserve them. After 10 minutes, the leeks are ready. You turn your heat off, and this is what you get. Immediately, you're gonna pour all of the bacon that you've just fried stir it nicely in. Finally, you're gonna add the beaten egg into the mix. Remember, the heat is off. You're gonna turn it gently, and when everything is mixed in, you're gonna leave that mix to cool down on the side of the stove. Now, while this is cooling down, there's two things you're gonna do. You're gonna start to preheat your oven at 410 Fahrenheit or 210 Celsius, and also take your dough out of the fridge so it's workable, because we're gonna start working on the dough next. And now let's prepare the dish for our pie. So I'm using a small pie dish, and to be honest, I'm really not the best at baking. So what I do, you know, when you don't have great skills in baking, I'm trying to use utensils that's gonna make my life easier. So we need to coat this with butter. And that's what the recipe said. So I'm gonna use a paintbrush and gently coat all of the dish. Done. Now we need apparently to sprinkle a little bit of flour evenly in your pie dish. So I'm using this sieve, and very gently I'm gonna kind of shower that dish with flour. And don't be scared if there's too much in there, because I'm gonna just turn it over like so, and turn it back, and it's like this. And now for the dough. I've rolled out a disc that is actually way bigger than this, because I like to have some margin. And I've also divided my dough into two slabs. I've got one slab for the bottom and one slab for the top. So you're gonna start by rolling out your dough over. I hope it works. Yeah. And it has to go over like that. Now you tuck it in. Okay. From here, you have to make sure that you leave a little bit, apparently that's what the recipe says, that's falling off the edges. So you don't want to cut it too short. So I'm gonna trim this with my knife. When this is done, I'm just gonna add or put some little holes in there with a fork. Exciting, it's taking shape. So now we're ready to pour our lovely mix that's almost cold now. It has infused nicely, so you got this bacon, the leeks, the nutmeg and everything. That has really spread everywhere. It's gonna be lovely. Done. And now we're ready to put the top on. You know what? I'm so bad at baking that disaster could strike any minute. The recipe is saying, before you do anything, you need to have some egg and gently brush the edges so that it's gonna stick on the other side. Done. Finally, I'm gonna put that casing on, which I don't know. Whoa! Move it up. Move it up, baby. It's going in. Oh yeah. That's it. And from there, apparently, same thing. We're going to be cutting everything. Lastly, from what the recipe is saying, we need to take the edges and kind of seal everything in so that your pie is going to steam from the inside and nothing is going to overflow. Final touch is to make that little chimney in the middle. Oh man. You know what? I'm really excited. it's my first little pie. Look at this cutie. Look at the little chimney here. And look what I've done. Bang! Oh yeah! Little chimney, and apparently you can add as well some little decoration. So I've made some little hearts. Little stars. Last of the last, I'm gonna try to brush very gently the top of the pie with some egg wash. Done! I've done it! Look at this cute little pie! This is gonna go now in the oven at 210 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. The pie is ready, it's out of the oven, and really, I'm quite glad with the result. And here, let me push it in. Here comes the pie. I did a little setup to make it look nice. Ooh, look at this cute little pie! Look at these colors. It's golden, it's nice, it's still warm. Oh, that's a good pie. Anyway, I'm gonna try to turn it over and undish it so that we can see what's inside. But if anything goes wrong, I'll skip this and I'll just show you a piece of the pie. Sorry. I managed to turn it over without breaking the whole thing, and here's the pie, it's still there. However, I do have a sogginess problem. I think my measurement maybe was slightly too humid, or maybe didn't cook enough, I'm not sure. Still, I'm gonna try to operate and open the beast, and let's see what's inside. Here comes the knife. Oh my god. I think it's gonna pour out like no man's business, but I'm just gonna try. One piece here. Come on, knife, come on, don't let me down. Wow. Okay, let's do this. There it is. There's the pie. Look at this. So you got the leeks inside, you got all that little mix of everything. It's a bit fragile and you know it's a bit wet. Maybe I should have reduced more, but let's try to cut a further piece here to try it out, because I can't wait. You can really feel the bacon, but I think wow. No, it's good. Still, to my taste, I'm a bit picky, but you know, that bothers me, that little water here. But anyway, honestly, it's nice, huh? You got that nice flavor of nutmeg. There's a hint of cayenne pepper. Actually, it's quite, you know, a bit spicy. But the leeks are cooked perfectly. Look at this. It's all like melting in your mouth. Wow. Ah. Very good. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed that today, because it's really not my comfort zone to do baking stuff. And that was a pure joy to do this and just dedicate this video to all the people in Canada for Thanksgiving. So if you want to make that pie, go ahead, make sure you cook it well, because there might be some oil at the end, but away from that, it's a delicious treat. So go ahead and make it. I see you all on the next video. Of course, subscribe guys, comment, ask questions, and if you want to see something, always just reach out to me either on the website or in the video comments. Alright, love you all and see you next time. Bye bye.